Alright, so shit has gone on too long to where I'm over it. At the risk of sounding crazy, I'm over it. So I'm gonna start again by telling my story, speaking my truth, and everything that I see. Starting with my hell-ish. It was hell. Pure hell. Walking through scorching hell and then freezing hell. I'm walking out of the gates of hell now. I was in a terrible, horrible, horrifying, completely evil, wicked, soul-draining relationship with my daughter's father. And I almost unalived myself for years. And my son was 10 years old and was thinking about and planning how to unalive himself. All the way up until, 14. So this relationship was the absolute worst. And he is pure evil, wicked. He's a devil. That's giving him a compliment. He is just he's definitely a demon, okay? And coming to realization of everything that I know, I do know. Everything I felt is true. So, about him and his family. So I'd gotten with my daughter's father. I'll name him Kevin. Okay, Kevin is one of my mom's exes that was touching me as a child when I was 10. So I'm just going to call my daughter's father. It's not his real name, but I'm going to refer to him as Kevin. So I'd gotten with Kevin. I'm going to name him Kel. I'm uncomfortable using the name Kevin. So I met Kel on December 24th of 2019 on my birthday, okay? In 2 weeks, he had gotten my son and I to go stay with him in a motel room in the small town that we were in. And he was, he told me that it was because I needed a break. I needed to get away from my sick, dying mother and just take a break. And my anxiety was, I was losing my mom. So my anxiety was on 110, 24/7. I was praying for somebody, to help be somebody that I could lean on. Anyways, so he comes into my life on my birthday and I was like, oh, dang, this couldn't be more perfect, right? And he gets us to stay in a hotel room with him. And I'm the one who's basically paying for it because he just moved there and just started working. So he gets me to pay for this motel room with me and my son. And less than 2 weeks after meeting him, I'm staying in a motel room with him. And then the second night in the motel room, he asked me to marry him. So I just meet the guy, and in less than 2 weeks, I go into this room to stay with me and my son, go and stay with him in this motel room, and he asked me to marry him in less than 2 weeks. And I'm like, don't you think that's a little bit soon? And he's like, well, I just knew that I loved you the moment I saw you. Okay. I don't know anything about this guy. All I know is I'm losing my mom, and I'm losing my mind. And I am just a wreck. I'm a mess. I'm the anxiety, the fear, the not knowing what to do. I was paralyzed. I was a wreck. So, that's how it starts out, okay? And I'm losing my mom. Gonna have to move out of her house soon. I just know all of this crazy uncertainty is just coming, and I could just feel it, and it was paralyzing me. So, while we were staying in this motel room for a month, okay, my mom ends up going and staying with my older sister, and ends up, she does end up on her deathbed, and I go and visit her on her birthday. She was doing okay. She was up smoking, complaining, and then the next week when I went back, she was on her deathbed. She couldn't talk. Her tongue was shriveled up. It was like shriveled up and black, like a worm. She couldn't talk. She would just look at me and hold my hand and cry. She couldn't move. And then a few days after that, we lost her. I watched my mom's fiance. My older sister had left. I should have not said anything and let my mom pass in peace without anybody bothering her. But I didn't know. I was scared, and I got told by my older sister, get a hold of me if anything happens. And I could tell that my mom was getting ready to go. And so I called my older sister. She called my mom's fiance, another freaking demon that had tortured her for years. And he comes rushing down. And so he's sitting there holding her hand, and my mom's crying. I could just tell that she does not want him around her. And I can't say anything, because anytime I say anything to this guy or about this guy, my sisters kick me out. They kicked me out of the hospital when he was coming down to the hospital. When my mom was getting her major surgery, I wanted to be there for my mom. But they made me leave because he was coming down. So I can't say anything about him holding my mom's hand and knowing that my mom does not want him there. My mom's crying. I'm crying. He's sitting there holding her hand, pretend crying, I dislike that man with every part of my being, but so I end up losing my mom, and everything just is like a crazy wicked fog. And I didn't help with this like rubber band that this demon put on my brain, because he is a demon. He is he's a satanic Satanist. He has a seagull tattooed on his finger, and I'm not saying all Satanists are bad, because I have met some really amazing Satanists who, respect women and children, who go by that law. And then there's the other ones, which are like my ex, who completely go against that law, and they don't have any respect for women or children. They are predators, child predators, energy harvesting, cursing, like ill intentions all around, wicked, bad person. And that's what he is. So anyways, so I lose my mom, and I'm just like in a daze. I don't even know what the fuck to do. Go back down to my mom's house. I'm bedridden. Literally bedridden. My son is completely distraught because his grandma was his rock. She was, And a few days later, my sisters, we end up having the cremation. And then it was like the day of, or the next day after we cremated my mom, my sisters come into the house and just started taking everything of my mom's out of the house. My older sister ended up taking my truck title, and then she didn't want to give it back. And they were just taking everything out. And I was just in bed thinking, like, how can you guys just be so okay to be able to come in and just take all of mom's stuff to, I know that we needed money for the, cremation and everything, but my older sister ended up taking her vehicles, the safe with all of the titles. My older sister took everything, and wouldn't even give me an ID. One of my mom's driver's licenses. Can't have it. Can't have one of her phones. Nothing. Okay. And that is all in February of 2020.